everyone! So it has been a little while because I haven't been feeling that great, so I thought in the meantime I would do a little tag video. I have been working on a multiple looks one palette video, which I hope to have up in the next day or two, but I missed filming, so I wanted to do something really quick. So this is the unpopular makeup opinions tag. So I saw Angelica do this a couple of weeks ago. This was started by Julie, Nobody's Beauty Guru, and Ola Quinn a couple of months back. They both tagged me to do it, but then I kept putting off doing tag videos. I try and space them out, but sometimes they end up too spaced out and I just don't do enough of them, and I really love doing them. So there are 8 questions. Let's get started. Question 1 is popular makeup product that you don't like. So my very first thought when I read this question was the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. This is a product I always hear people rave about. It is usually a holy grail product for a lot of people, particularly those with oily skin. I used it and I hated it. It just made my face look like a mask. Now, I don't have oily skin. I have combination skin. Sometimes it's oilier than other days, but even when my skin is on the oily side, I still didn't like the way that it looked on me. I just felt like it was really heavy and really thick, and it just doesn't work for me. In general, a lot of matte foundations don't work well for me because I don't have a lot of oiliness to my skin. So as much as I love the way that it looks on other people, it just doesn't work for me. The second question is a popular makeup brand that everyone else seems to hate, but you love. Natasha Denona. I feel like Natasha Denona gets a lot of hate for one reason: the price tag. So this is really going to be, I'm sure, a very unpopular opinion. I am such a fan of the brand. I'm such a fan of Natasha's artistry that I am one of those, nutty stans about it, and I get like personally offended when people don't like Natasha products. But I feel like from what I've read, a lot of the people who say negative things about the brand are people who have never tried the brand. They just feel that it's too expensive and it's not worth it. And that's totally valid, but you can't review a product. You can't say definitively if something is poor quality or, brand A and B is just as good as Natasha if you've never actually tried the products. And I feel like a lot of people have incredibly high standards that they just expect they're going to hate it because it costs so much. So they're like, there's no way this is going to be worth it. I have heard from a handful of other people who have been on the other side of the fence who, really strongly believe that there was no way eyeshadow or any other makeup product was going to be worth that kind of price tag until they tried it. Same thing kind of with Pat McGrath. I feel like Pat McGrath Labs gets a lot of hate because of the price tag, even though the products are phenomenal. And I know a lot of people don't want to admit that. I feel like there are some people who will go to any lengths to say that they don't like luxury products in general because it puts them into a different sort of content creator category on YouTube. Once you start talking about luxury products, people start to view you differently. I've had a lot of comments lately about people who are like, I can't believe you're buying this. Even people who would respond to other people in the comments and being like, Elle is too smart for that. She won't be spending that kind of money on eyeshadow palettes. And I'm like, I already did. Don't know what to tell you. I love it. So I know there's already people like who have thumbs down the video and left because they don't like that I like Natasha Denona products, but the eyeshadow formula especially is my favorite. Hands down. Just, it's all that I want to use because I love using it so much. There are other brands, of course, that I love using. It's just that has become strongly my #1 preference, and people don't like it because of the price, and that's what it really seems to boil down to. Question 3, a makeup collab you didn't like or were not interested in. So this is like my 5th time trying to answer this question. The first 2 that came to mind were Kathleen Lights and ColourPop, the astrology collection, because I don't support Kathleen Lights, and Emily Noel and Makeup Revolution, because I'm just not an Emily Noel fan. I get asked this question a lot, and I have been asked this question a lot recently with all the drama that's unfolded. I think people kind of want to know what side I'm on, and I'm on nobody's side. I'm not subscribed to any of the people involved in that mess anymore. I just personally don't really relate to Emily Noel, so I wasn't interested in her collaboration. And I think that's the thing with collabs with influencers. if you're not interested in the influencer, if you don't connect with them, it has to be a pretty special product. Like, let's say it's somebody that you're just sort of indifferent about, not somebody that you are in love with or hate, then it would have to be like a brand that you like and a product that really interests you. And I haven't seen anything recently that has been a influencer collab that I've been interested in. Question 4 is a popular makeup step that you never do. So a lot of people who I watched who did this tag said baking, which I do occasionally. I think the step that I never do or rarely do is lower lash mascara, because it just transfers. It just immediately goes right below my eye and it just falls down and it's really hard to clean up. I sometimes get mascara because of it transfers from my lower lashes to my bottom lashes, and that tends to be enough. It's one of those weird things that people will point out from time to time and be like, why don't you put mascara in your lower lashes? It would look so much better. And you know what? I don't disagree, but even waterproof mascara does not transfer on my lower lashes, because my lower lashes are actually fairly long, so they just immediately, once I put mascara on them, touch my skin. So it's just a step that I skip over. I feel like I don't really need it, and it doesn't make a huge difference, in my opinion, to my makeup look. Question 5 is a popular beauty influencer you don't subscribe to or watch. So I know a lot of people want like the tea, but I just truly don't watch many of them. Of the ones that I would consider to be like the big content creators, the big influencers, I watch Jaclyn Hill. I still watch Jaclyn Hill. I still really enjoy her channel, and I mean, I see all the issues, I see all the problems, but that doesn't take away from her likability for me. Sorry, I know it's unpopular opinions. This isn't the question. This is the opposite of the question, but I don't watch the other people. I don't watch Jeffree Star. I don't watch James Charles. I don't watch Tati. I don't watch... I can't even think of the other ones. I unsubscribed from MUA. I never watched Laura Lee anyway. You know, like those people who are sort of the top of the top, I don't watch. Occasionally Nikki Tutorials, because I find that I can learn a lot from her, but she's not somebody that I watch every video from. Like, so that's the difference there. So yeah, I'm not interested in a lot of the bigger creators. There's a lot of smaller channels that I like to watch, and by smaller I don't necessarily mean like 1,000 subscribers either. I don't really know how to categorize YouTubers. Like, anyone who has more than 100,000 subscribers is a big channel to me, but I know people look at it differently. So like some of my favorite channels have like almost 1 million, just below 1 million, or like 500,000, somewhere around there. So, you know, it's a combination of a lot of things, but yeah, I don't subscribe to or watch quite a few of the big influencers. Question 6 is a popular makeup product or brand that you don't use, support anymore. So I think the biggest one for me has been Kat Von D, because I was a huge Kat Von D fan. I've made videos where I've just praised Kat Von D left, right, and center. And then after the whole anti-vax thing, I was like, done, no, don't even care, done. Then there are other brands that I've never purchased from myself, and I don't plan on it ever, like Jeffree Star. That is one of those things that's sort of like a make it or break it for me. Once I find out somebody is like a Jeffree Star supporter, I'm like, unsubscribe, with the exception of Jaclyn Hill, because I can't like break that tie. I don't know what it is. I just really feel like I could be friends with her. Oh man, she got me. Damn it, she got me. Anyway, yes. I haven't unsubscribed from people who have come out like with their support of Jeffree Star, because that's just a no-go for me. You know, I was kind of stupid about it for a while there, because I was really like, maybe he's changed. No. Anyway. Number 7 is a makeup trend that you have no interest in trying. So the first thing that came to mind for me was the boy beat. So I've had a few people want to see my take on it, and I'm just like, listen, I'm not pretty enough to do the boy beat. This is where I've seen like really attractive women do like the no makeup look, but then they kind of emphasize like little flaws, things like, oh, look at my under eye circles, or like add on things like freckles, because that's a flaw. I don't know. I feel like it's something that's very editorial, that can look gorgeous on a very specific type of person, and that is not me. And so that's a trend that I can definitely definitely pass on. And then the last question is a makeup product that was better in theory than when you used it. Either swatched better or worked better on others than on you. The little Huda Beauty palettes. Hold on, let me grab the one that I bought. That's just trash. I should have listened to all the people who were like, don't support Huda Beauty. But I was like, oh no, but the palette's so pretty. Let me try it. So this is the emerald one, the one that I picked up. I used it 3 days in a row. It's crap. It's so bad. Okay, so it swatches beautifully. Some of these shades though are like super, super chunky. This first shade, this really light shade here, is really chunky, but it swatches beautifully. It has this beautiful reflect to it, but I found that after just a couple of hours of wear, these metallic shades just wore so terribly. They'd fade and then there would be glitter everywhere. And I've seen so many people rave about these palettes, but I'm wondering if people have actually worn them for a long period of time or if it's just that initial application. Because when I first applied this palette, I thought it was beautiful. I was so happy with it. Like some of the textures of some of the more glittery shadows were a little bit questionable, but I really liked the way that it applied. I thought it looked beautiful. The greens, like, just, I really wanted little tiny palettes with different color schemes like this, but then it just wore terribly. So I don't know if the people who reviewed it before wore it for a long period of time. Like, I honestly didn't watch a whole lot of reviews once I got it because I was so set and committed on it. I watched a couple tutorials and people were like, this is amazing, but it's like, how many people actually just applied it and then took it right off? I don't know. That's sort of the thing with reviews sometimes. You don't actually know what the truth is. You don't actually know the truth. So this just, I feel like there needs to be like Twilight Zone music playing behind that. You don't know the truth behind reviews. I really wanted to talk about some of these things because I thought that it would be fun. I thought it would be fun. And the thing with controversial makeup opinions is also that it's just makeup. So if you have an opinion about a makeup product, you can have a different opinion than somebody else, and that's okay. That's totally fine because people are going to react to products differently. People just have different preferences, and I don't know why it has to be more than that sometimes. Like, there are definitely issues though that go beyond the makeup community, and those are the things that should be addressed, and those are the things that should be talked about. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. I feel like complete crap. I've coughed so many times during this video. I'm sure it's going to be like really awkward, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your unpopular opinions are, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.